Good morning, children. So let's continue with the chapter The Tiger King. One day the Maharaja sent for the Diwan. Diwan Sahib, aren't you aware of the fact that 30 tigers still remain to be shot down by this gun of mine? He asked, brandishing his gun. Brandishing means to shot the gun in the air. So, as the mission of the Tiger King was suddenly stand still, he didn't find more tigers. He called Diwan and he asked, Dad, don't you know that still the 30 tigers are need to be killed with that gun? Shuddering at the sight of the gun, shuddering means trembling in fear, the Diwan cried out, Your Majesty, I am not a king. Which idiot would call you? Sorry, Your Majesty, I am not a tiger. Which idiot would call you a tiger? No, I am not a gun. You are neither tiger nor gun. Diwan Sahib, I summoned you here for a different purpose. I have decided to get married. So Diwan just thought that because of the anger or furious, the Tiger King is going to kill him. So he says that I am not a tiger and I am not a gun. So he told that he has called Diwan because the Tiger King had decided to get married. The Diwan began to bubble even more. Your Majesty, I have two wives already. If I marry you, don't talk nonsense. Why should I marry you? What I want is a tiger. Your Majesty, please think it over. Your ancestors were married to the sword. If you like, marry the gun. A tiger king is more than enough for this state. It doesn't need a tiger queen as well. So he just told, he thought he was very stupid. The Diwan, he thought that the tiger king is going to marry him. So he says that no, he already have two wives, and he just told that your ancestor just married to the sword, and if he want he can marry to the gun. The tiger king is enough for the state, they don't want tiger queen. The Maharaja gave a loud crack of laughter. I am not thinking of marrying either a tiger or a gun, but a girl from the ranks of human beings. First, you may draw up statistics of tiger populations in the different native states. Next, you may investigate if there is a girl I can marry in the royal family of a state with a large tiger population. Mark this one. So, what he told, that in spite of finding a girl, what he told to Diwan, that find the state where he can find maximum number of tigers and then to find a girl from the royal family. The Diwan followed his orders. He found the right girl from a state which possessed a large number of tigers. So he did the same thing, and he found that state where a large number of tigers were dwelling, and then he found out a right girl for him. Maharaja Jung Jung Bahadur killed 5 or 6 tigers each time he visited his father-in-law. So why he just told like this? Because he wanted to tally, he wanted to tally, or he wanted to just complete his aim. So that's why he, whenever he went to his father-in-law's house, every time he used to kill 5 to 6 tigers. In this manner, 99 tigers skins adored means decorate the walls of the reception hall in the Pratibhanpuram palace. So in this way, he managed to kill 99 tigers. Part 5th now. The Maharaja's anxiety reached a fever pitch when there remained just one tiger to achieve his tally of 100. So he was more anxiety, he was more anxious, he was desperate to kill now the 100 tiger. He had this one thought during the day and the same dream at night. By this time, the tiger farms had run dry even in his father in law's kingdom. But now, what happened? Now, in his father in law's kingdom, also, not a single tiger was left. It became impossible to locate tigers anywhere. So, he tried to search, he tried to hunt everywhere, but he was not able to find the 100 tiger. It became impossible to locate tigers anywhere, yet Only one more was needed. If he could kill just that one single beast, the Maharaja would have no fears left. He could give up tiger hunting altogether. He says that once he will kill the 100 tiger, then no fear would be left, and then he is going to give up this mission. But he had to be extremely careful with that last tiger. What had the late chief astrologer said? Even after killing 99 tigers, the Maharaja should beware of the 100. True enough, the tiger was a savage beast after all. One had to be very, W-A-R-Y, very means careful of it. So he still remembered the words of astrologer. The astrologer had told him that he may kill 99 tiger, but he must beware of 100 tiger. And after all, the tiger is a wild beast, so he had to. But where was that 100 tiger to be found? It seemed easier to find tiger's milk than a live tiger. So he says that he tried to search everywhere, but he was not able to get it. Thus the Maharaja was sunk in gloom. Gloom means very sad. He was drowned. Sunk means drowned in sadness. But soon came the happy news which dispelled that gloom. Dispelled means removed. But soon he got a good news, and that has removed his sadness. In his own state, sheep began to disappear frequently from a hillside village. It was first ascertained that this was not the work of Khader Mehan Sahib or Virasamy Naikar, both famed for their ability to swallow sheep whole. Surely a tiger was at work. So what happened? Why he was happy? Because the sheep just began to disappear from the hillside. So he was very much happy that yes, who can gulp, who can swallow the whole sheep? No other than tiger. Means tigers are there in the forest. Surely a tiger was at work. The villagers ran to inform the Maharaja. The Maharaja announced a 3-year exemption from all taxes for that village and set out on the hunt at once. So he was so overjoyed that he had just given exemption from all the taxes to the villagers. The tiger was not easily found. It seemed as if it had wantonly hid itself in order to flaunt the Maharaja's will. Flout means disobey. Flout means disobey. So he told that it seemed, but the tiger was not easily found. It seems that he just refused to come in front of the Maharaja, or the tiger just refused to obey Maharaja. The Maharaja was equally determined. He refused to leave the forest until the tiger was found. As the days passed, the Maharaja's fury and obstinacy mounted alarmingly. Many officers lost their jobs. So he, the days passed like this, and he didn't get the 100 tigers. So he became very furious, very angry. And because of this, many of officers lost their jobs. One day, when his rage was at his height, rage means he was very angry. The Maharaja called the Diwan and ordered him to double the land tax forthwith. So when he was very angry, what he did? He told to double the land tax. Okay, now see here, when he just come to know that there was the 100 tiger or the one more tiger in the forest, he had given the exemption from all the taxes to the villagers. But when he didn't find, what he did, he had just doubled the taxes. The people will become discontented, then our state too will fall a prey to the Indian National Congress. In that case, you may resign from your post, said the king. So what he told, that if the people will not be satisfied then the state will just fall in the hands of the Indian National Congress. So what uh, the king said that if this happens, then the Diwan can resign from the post. The Diwan went home convinced that if the Maharaja did not find the tiger soon, the results would be catastrophic, very disastrous. So he was very convinced that if the Maharaja did not find the tiger, then the results would be very alarming. He felt life returning to him only when he saw the tiger, which had been brought from the People's Park in Madras and kept hidden in his house. So, what he did? He found one solution, that he had one tiger kept in his house, which he brought from the People's Park in Madras. So, he had hidden that tiger in his house. So, he had one idea. At midnight, when the town slept in peace, the Diwan and his aged wife dragged the tiger to the car and shouldered it into the seats. Shoulder means to push roughly, forcefully. So what they have done, when it was midnight at that time, Diwan and his old wife, they have dragged the tiger and they have forced the tiger to sit in the car. The Diwan himself drove the car straight to the forest where the Maharaja was hunting. When they reached the forest, the tiger launched its satyagraha and refused to get out of the car. So when they reached to the forest, the tiger was launched the satyagraha. Satyagraha means here the tiger refused to come out from the car. Okay. The Diwan was thoroughly exhausted in his efforts to hold the beast out of the car and pushed it down to the ground. And really, the Diwan was very much tired because he had to just put his all his efforts to drag the beast, to drag the tiger out of the car and push him on the ground to the ground. On the following day, the same old tiger wandered into the Maharaja's presence and stood as if in humble supplication.